many of you absolutely hate giving business presentations? I'm sure this dislike translates over into giving presentations in class or at work, but interestingly enough, there are many well-known public figures who have this same fear. Samuel L. Jackson, for example, had a stutter for the early part of his life, and he only took up acting at the advice of his speech therapist. So, you're not alone. I'm telling you this, though, because no matter where you go in life, you're going to have to give a business presentation at some time. So it will serve you well if you are prepared and know how to do it effectively. Currently, I'm a junior, so I've been giving presentations for a while. I understand the importance of them. I understand a little bit of how to do them. So I'm going to offer you 3 pieces of advice that really have helped me in giving business presentations. My first piece of advice concerns preparation. Decide on your topics. Know what you're going to talk about ahead of time. Sometimes you don't have a choice, your professor's already decided for you, that's fine. But prepare, perform background research, know exactly what you're, the different details of your topic, find out as much as you can about it. Without proper research, you're not going to have much credibility. And then the last thing concerns how you organize and deliver the actual presentation. For example, if you're looking at the history of a company, you might organize it chronologically. If you are talking about comparing 2 different things, you would use a comparison format. Proper form is essential for effective delivery. So my second piece of advice has to do with your actual delivery of the presentation. Know your audience, know who you're talking to. Students are usually there because they have to be there, so try and relate it to them, be interesting, be funny. Business people have meetings that they have to attend every other day. They don't have time to waste, so be concise, to the point, tell them what you're going to tell them. When you're giving a speech, you don't want an audience who is hostile or uninterested, so capture the interest of your audience by telling them something they don't expect to hear or that is relevant and interesting to them. And then lastly, establish your credibility. Again, this is so important, and it can be done in many different ways. From reminding fellow students that you also have homework every night, to telling your accomplishments so that people believe you when you say you understand and know about something. It's important to make sure you've done these 3 things to have a good presentation. Lastly, you want to tell them exactly what you told them. Have a conclusion, sum it up. This is the best way to make sure your audience walks out clearly understanding what they've just heard. Make sure that you ask if they have any questions. Clarify anything that was confusing, that they didn't understand about what you said. Be gracious, thank them. This was their time, they could have been doing something else, and they were listening to you. So be appreciative of that, and have an open stance after the presentation. Be there. If somebody wants to come up and talk to you afterwards, just be aware of that and be open to that. An excellent business presentation is one which is adequately prepared, effectively delivered, and gracefully concluded. Being prepared means you can handle anything that comes your way. You can handle audience member questions. Excellent delivery means clarity of purpose. You are so clear in what you said and what the intent of your presentation. Adequate conclusion leaves the audience with a sense of closure and an understanding of what they've just listened to. So remember that the goal of every presentation is the delivery of an idea, and proper and adequate delivery of that idea is the difference between a memorable presentation and one that's forgotten as soon as you walk out the door.